Hi there, and welcome to today's little video. So today we're doing something a little different. I know my face looks a little not very cute today, but we're doing a get ready with me. So you're just gonna watch me do my makeup. I'll probably go over some of the products that I use, and then chit chat whatever about it goes on in my mind, because there are a lot of things that go on in my mind. So if you hear my dog in the background, I apologize in advance. He's a little wild child. He's right here. But he's so cute. And he's my baby. There's a reason why he is nicknamed Monster, though. So, anyway, to pretty much sum up, just gonna get ready, gonna run some errands today. I'm wearing a lot of purple, as you can see. It is Grammy weekend, and I'm trying to manifest good energy for BTS to win. Because apparently I couldn't manifest enough good energy to do well in my exam yesterday, but that's okay. General consensus for my class is that a lot of people did pretty bad. So that's that. But that's okay. I mean, one bad grade is not going to determine or deter you from your goals, and that's pretty much been my motto the entire nursing school. So hey, when I'm going in and talking and listening to patients, I'm all about the patient care aspect, and I think that's so much more important. Obviously, you gotta know your stuff, because if you don't know your stuff, then it's kind of hard to practice good nursing management kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's also about how you make them feel. So I'm all about that. Being attentive, listening to them, listening to their needs is, a skill that a lot of people don't talk about. And I think we need to emphasize that a little bit more. So anyway, that was a complete rant, but we're going to do some makeup. I'm going to go over all the products I'll be using today. And yeah, we'll go from there. I had to grab my water because my mouth is kind of dry because I had coffee. Excuse me, but my favorite coffee to make lately has been the honey vanilla oat milk latte, and I made that earlier today. So good. It's probably been a huge life changer. I make it nearly every day. I don't know if that's good or bad. Probably why my face is a little poof. Although I did have a lot of salty food last night, so that's probably why I'm a little puff. Oh, I'm also near my period, so if you see little tiny breakouts on my face, that's usually because of it. A few of these stuff, a little bit of maskne, because when I'm in clinics, I'm wearing a mask all day, and we pretty much wear it all the time too. So that's that. The reason I also brought my water is because I didn't notice this until recently, but my boyfriend pointed out that I make that smacking noise, and because he's been mentioning it, I've been hearing a lot more other people doing it too, and I had to look it up because I'm all about Googling and researching everything, and I hope you are too. Don't just take for a fact of what something is. But yeah, it's like a condition where when you're talking, you just have really dry mouth, so you smack your lips or your tongue to help rehydrate. It's basically like your body's way of trying to rehydrate itself. So, and that usually comes from drinking coffee or not drinking enough water, things like that. So, so I have my hair up because we don't want any stragglies. I'm going to hydrate my lips first. So I'm using the e.l.f.'s 5mg CBD. I really like it. It has this nice little minty feel to it. It smells good too, and I really enjoy it. Another thing is that you also want to, whenever you're doing anything with your face, I always recommend sanitizing. Or at least washing your hands prior to starting. But if you touched a few things along the way, then obviously you can't just go up and back and forth to wash your hands. So having a little hand sanitizer on hand is great. Same logic applies to your brushes. I haven't washed these in a good while. I usually try to wash them every couple months or so. It's a little longer than it should be, but I do disinfect them every now and then, which again, similar thing. Sanitizing is great in killing some bacteria, but nothing can defeat good hand hygiene. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Oh, where do I usually start? So I might just do a little simple glam look today. Simple as in natural-ish. So I usually like to go in with, where are my Putty primers? So those are my favorites. putty primers. I like to mix the Poreless putty primer and the Luminous one from e.l.f. Love e.l.f. A lot of the products you'll probably see today are e.l.f. and I have no shame because, girl, bougie on a budget, beauty on a budget, let's do that. So I'm just gonna put that on. But other than that, it's been a really wild, it's already March, we're already about halfway through March. It's been a wild ride. I'm sure a lot of you can all relate as well. It's already been a year into the pandemic, which is kind of crazy to think about because who knew that we'd be in the whole year. I remember when this all happened, I was like, oh, we're only going to be in this for a couple months, maybe, or a few weeks. And then, oh, we'll be good by summer. Boy, was that a lie. Also, prior to putting primer, I do my normal face routine, which includes cleansing, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen. I don't care if you're darker skin or if you're lighter skin. Actually, if you're lighter skin, you should probably be wearing your sunscreen the most. But wear your sunscreen. Make sure you get the neck too. Yes, don't neglect the neck because, again, the neck is also part of your face, technically. And it's kind of like if you're going to do something, you want to get everything. So get as much of your neck as you can. I usually put a little bit of the product on there as well. It's not like I'm going all the way down my neck, but don't neglect the neck. So I do that. See, and my face feels nice and luminous. Also, another thing is that I like to use natural lighting as best I can. I'm not too into the beauty lights, although beauty lights are great for photos, but because this is like an everyday thing, you want to use as much natural lighting as possible. I do have some good natural light right now. I'm going to try and utilize it as much as I can, but that's that. So the next product I'll be going into is the, okay, I really, really love this. It's the Camo Concealer by e.l.f. Who knew? I've been really into, well, I've always liked the makeup skincare hybrids, and so hopefully, I have a mirror right here, so don't worry. So hopefully in the future, I can talk about more products that I like to use that are skincare and makeup hybrids, because I think those are I think that's the trend right now, really. A lot of people are kind of steering away from the heavy face makeup, which to me, I think we should, because I think makeup is great for artistry, and if you're really into doing, I guess, those beauty looks, but for everyday wear, I don't think it's the most ideal. Sorry, my dog just totally knocked my little stand. It's just not the most ideal. And I don't think, well, unless you got superpowers and you wake up early and everything, then, you know, the full face glam thing is just not practical. At least not for me, especially being a nursing student and all. I am definitely a do as you go kind of thing. But I do use this, and I will probably talk about products that I like that are makeup skincare friendly. So I like this. It's medium to full coverage, but I don't use a lot. I like just enough to really cover up. Hey, stop it. Sorry, my dog is being a little poopsies. So cute. But yes. So I'm definitely more into the natural looks these days. I know, natural, considering it's still makeup. But I think we need to talk about that. Makeup is there to like enhance your natural features, and that's what I like. Oh, my dog just barked. Apologies again. So that's what I like to use. And then I also really like to use e.l.f.'s Camo Concealer. Who knew? But yeah, so I don't know how girls always do their makeup every day. I don't even do it every day. Rarely, if anything. Sorry. That's my dog. Wow, sorry about that. My dog just decided to run into the table that I had I have a little makeshift setup for all of this right now because I am on the ground. As you can tell, that's my bed. Make your bed every morning. And yeah, even like when I go into clinical, I think the most makeup I'll do are definitely my eyebrows at least. If my face is feeling really, really dead, I'll use Michelle Phan's Daydream Cushion, which I also really love. It's also a hybrid of skincare and makeup, has SPF, but again, remember that even if you're using makeup with SPF, it does not replace good SPF practice. Now, if you're someone who is wearing makeup most of the day, and I totally get it, you can't just rub in your SPF lotion regularly. I always recommend having powder sunscreens on the go, which I do have. And again, I'll do a whole video on that in the future. Because I don't know when, but I can discuss some great products to use on the go and for everyday use. So I like to go in after concealer. I like to put in some powder, which I love the Halo Setting Powder by e.l.f. Duh. It's my absolute favorite. But yeah, hope everyone is enjoying their March so far, wherever you are. I know spring is nearly around the corner. We're going to be springing forward here in just a day, actually. So make sure you set your clocks ready for that. I know I like the idea that, days can be longer, but I also hate the idea of losing an hour of sleep because if you're like me, I love my sleep. Sleep is literally the best thing in the world. I really can sleep anywhere. Literally, I can sleep anywhere. I've always been that girl that falls asleep in car rides, which is very dangerous because sometimes I do get a little sleepy behind the wheel if I don't get enough sleep. And even with coffee and things to keep me awake, it's still very hard if I'm very tired. But I haven't really had to drive around too much these days except for clinical. And since I'm out here by myself, I do have to be more active about that because, well, I'm the only one here. I mean, I do have family here, but I try not to bother them too much. But I am here on my own, and so I have my own transportation, and if something were to happen, oh God, things would be a mess. So I really try to be active about staying well rested, healthy, and on my game. So as you can see, it's very, very natural-ish. Very flawless-ish, which I really like. Have y'all seen the movie Soul? I saw that movie about 3 weeks ago, a month ago with my boyfriend. We were staying in one night, trying to decide a movie to watch. We were trying to watch this one scary movie, which wasn't that scary at all. I don't know why some scary movies start off so slow. And it's always like the good parts don't happen until the end. So we totally forfeited trying to watch a scary movie on Netflix, which I guess was the first mistake because there are not a lot of good scary movies on Netflix. But I really liked Soul. If you haven't watched it yet, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just a very good reminder about life. That a lot of us are so focused on our goals and careers that we often neglect to realize that just living in the moment and being a human being is way more important and significant than trying to fulfill your goals, or at least you should not be defined by your goals. That's what I think. And that's so true because I think how many of us are always invested in trying to be our careers or be our jobs. I know as a future nurse, a lot of people I know really invest themselves in their careers, which is totally okay. I'm totally for that because you definitely want to go into your career with your whole heart. But you shouldn't let your career define you as who you are. You are not your career. And this brings up like another valid point. I'm using e.l.f.'s eyeliner, brow thingy. I'll put all the lists of products in the description. But yeah, I've always considered trying to make like a nursing Instagram or a career focused because I know a lot of people can benefit from it. But one, I am lazy. I can barely even manage my own sometimes. I get pretty lazy on mine. I mean, I'm on it all the time because that's pretty much our lives right now. We're just on the internet. But I can barely even manage my own and my dog's and my service organizations. So yeah, me trying to manage a nursing Instagram is just not possible. Not feasible, at least. At least for me. I applaud people who can, but like I said, I don't want to be defined as being Nurse Sienna. I think Nurse Sienna is a cap. It's something I should be able to wear and take off when a day is done, just as you should too. Whatever you decide to do, I hope that you do it with your whole heart. Sorry, that's my dog. Do it with your whole heart and do it because you really want to, but don't let it define you, so to speak. Don't let it overtake your life. And that's kind of like the significance of, if we were to call it my brand, it would be my brand. And I would like to be called Simply Sienna because I'm simply me. I am me first, and that is who I should be. That is my dog playing with his toy in the background. But yeah, you should be you first. And then after that, what is you? Who are you? Are you a kind person? Do you give back to your community? Are you a selfish piece of poop? Trust me. I say that jokingly, but there are definitely some selfish piece of poops of people out there, and unfortunately some are also in the healthcare field, and is what it is. But yeah, so that's particularly why I like my Sienna Nguyen. Oh, I just gave my last name, so whatever. I like being me. I like who I am first as an individual. I don't want to be defined by my career, my titles, or whatever heck. I actually wrote an essay on this for an admissions application. Didn't get in, so clearly they didn't like it. But the idea behind it is that titles are stupid. I think it's nice to have a title. It's nice to have that name. But what I don't like about titles sometimes is that some people use it as part of their ego. They definitely manifest it too much to where they're kind of asshole-ish. Ooh, I used a bad word. But yeah, I think some people take full advantage of who they are or what their titles are, and I think that's so lame. You know, just because you're president or have a high leadership position in some org or wherever you are, it doesn't mean you're going to be a really great one. As a matter of fact, yeah, it probably makes you more of an asshole than anything if you decide to do it like that. But yeah, that was a really long tangent to say. Focus on your life. Focus on who you are first. I think you should focus on who you are first and foremost because you are you, and just do you, baby boo. So that's what I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes. I don't know where my other eyelash curler went. I'll go ahead and use this one I have. I like to prep my eyes first before putting my lashes on. I'm probably not going to do too much. I'll do like all the face stuff in a little bit, but I like where this is going. This is probably like my more natural-ish looks. As natural as it can get. Okay, so I went and curled my lashes off camera. Again, you're going to hear my dog because that's my monster dog. But I went and curled them off camera, and then what I'll usually do is I'll curl them and then put a little mascara so you can set a small foundation. Or sometimes I'll do the curl lashes, put on the lashes on, and then do the mascara. Honestly, there's no right or wrong way to do it. He's barking at his ball. He probably got stuck. He is a little monster. Oh, look at that. So pretty. If only I had naturally long lashes, but no. We gonna have to wear some of these. So I got these off Amazon. I like these. I like the thicker band ones personally, but even these thicker bands are very soft. They're almost like the clear band ones, which I like and dislike at the same time. Something about when I put glue on them and then try to apply them, they just don't cooperate. I like to use Tarte's lash glue. I like it because it has a nice and easy applicator because it's a brush. Oh, there he goes. I hear him. He's right there. My little monster dog. But yeah, I like that because I like to control how I put the glue on, how much I put on. Ooh. So now that I have it applied on, I'll just put it on my lash. But yes, Simple Sienna. That is the reason for my brand, actually. Just to be me. Simply me, simply you. That's how it should be. Yeah, I was talking about the essay I did. I just think that people use their titles way too often. I think some people get a little carried away with their titles and they make it like their entire life, which you really shouldn't, because again, you're more than just your title, and don't let your title ego boost you too much. Ironically, it's the people who always preach being humble are the ones that are usually the most arrogant, in my opinion. I don't really preach about being humble. I'm all for confidence, so love yourself per BTS's rules. But yeah. So yes, I do use my fingers to apply lashes. I'm not too keen on using tools because I can't use tools. I got a little glue on my hand, so hopefully these stay on. But yeah, that's why I like them. They're a little bit more on the natural looking end, which is completely ironic because there's nothing natural about makeup. But like I said, I think of makeup as more of an accentuating of your natural features, which is what we're doing. I'm not changing my look. I'm not changing what I look like. More so because I can't, because I'm not that creative. Although I do hope to dive into some more creative works in the future with my makeup. But again, that's for another time. But yeah, I just think, it's like tools and resources. They're there for you to use or not use. And it's completely unfair to bash people who decide to use them. Because I always say this to like all my patients, and whenever they have a situation of, when I used to work in a dermatology clinic, a lot of my patients will always talk about, I'm so sorry, I should have worn sunscreen as a kid, but I decided to go out, bathe in the sun, blah, blah, blah. And I would always say, I'm not going to, that's my dog again. I'm not going to reprimand you for living your best life at the time. I usually say it like that too, as in a joking manner that, it's okay. You're here now. That's the most important. And they get a little giggle out of it, and they also really appreciate the gesture because it's so true. You're living your best life. And a lot of the times, sometimes you just don't know about the consequences of your actions until later. But if you're having a good time, you're trying to be as safe as possible, and, you're in the moment, why should we punish you for that? I don't think that's cool. And I don't think it's fair to judge people for their decisions either, because everyone's life circumstances are different. Like I said, it's usually ones that are preachy like me, who tend to I just feel that way. I really try my best not to judge other people for their life circumstances because I don't know what happened in their life. I don't know what's going on. Show a little bit more kindness. That's what I think. And again, I do try to practice what I preach. I'm a believer in practicing what I preach, so that's why I try not to judge. If I do catch myself judging, though, I usually just take a step back and think, I'm pretty sure these people have good intentions. I believe that people have good hearts. They just are kind of misled in the wrong directions. So that's what I wholeheartedly believe. I think that we should just be kinder. Imagine a world if we could just be kinder to each other. How beautiful would that be? Okay, I was fixing my lashes a little bit off camera. I want to apply just a little bit more mascara just to, again, form it together. And again, there is no right or wrong way to do anything. As long as you do it, it's kind of like milk or cereal first. Of course it should be cereal first, but you know, hey, who are we to judge if they like their milk or cereal first? As long as you have breakfast, then why should we judge them for it? Don't yak someone's yum, I like to say, because, I don't know. I think we can live in a world where we can be a little bit more appreciative of each other and our things that we like or dislike. Yes, I like these lashes. The application kind of sucks. I don't really like the band too much, but they look really good. They're like a hybrid between the the thin band, clear band, and then the thicker, darker band. So they're like the in-between, but I really like these. And sometimes this is what I'll usually just go with. But my face is not quite done yet. So I noticed another trend these days is that people really like blush. Blushy blush has been like the it thing these days. And like I said, I think people are going more for that skin makeup hybrid look. And so I think that's kind of what is starting all that. So I'm just using ColourPop actually. ColourPop's like one from their wine collection, their blush. Clearly I can use my fingers, but sometimes I think using a brush gives you a little bit more mechanical control of how much you want and where. I probably went a little too blushy, but that's okay. I'm really into like that blushy glow look these days as well. And there are some hybrid products I like that are blushy and skincare like, particularly from M Cosmetics, which I also really like their brand as well. I like that it incorporates a lot of the philosophy that I like as well. But yeah, other than that, school is chill. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for the semester to be over. We have no spring break, unfortunately. Our school decided to cancel it. But whatever. I understand why. It's because they are very worried that people would go out and party during the pandemic. And I believe in that too. They're college kids. Don't you remember being 18 like, oh my god, I'm ready for spring break, blah blah blah. Which, I don't know about you, but I didn't do that whole spring break spiel. I think the most spring break thingy I did was probably go down to SoCal. And that was primarily after, a weekend leadership conference training. So that's what I did. I know, I'm such a nerd. And I'm okay with being a nerd. I think nerds are cool and they're underappreciated. So take that. I will be going in with e.l.f.'s bronzer. I really like this. I think it's the Primer Infused bronzers, and I like them a lot. But yeah, I wasn't really into like the whole, I don't know, like you see those like movies of spring breakers going out partying. I did see a lot of other folks do it though, but it just was not my cup of tea, and I didn't really feel the need to do it. There are some people who really want to do it and feel the need to really do it, and like I said, don't yak someone's yum. Don't judge other people unless you are perfect. I'll put a little bit more hand sanitizer on. But if that's what they didn't want to do, hey, have fun, cool. I guess this is my opinion. I'm not like a huge drinker, and I've never have been. And part of the reason had to do with a little bronzer. Part of it has to do with, I think growing up, we always associated like drinking as like bad behavior. Like, oh, if you drink, you're a bad person, blah, blah, blah. I think that partially carried with me in my adulthood, which is partially why I didn't do it. But even then, I never really liked alcohol too much anyway. I love good wine. I will drink a good wine. Just contouring my nose, because wine is delicious. Some could say it's not. And wine is definitely an acquired taste, You do have to, it does take some time to get used to, but I also think it depends on the type of wine. If you're drinking like $5 wine, then not to say that there are not good $5 wines, but I've had like some pretty good $10 wines and $15 wines. Ooh, I've had some pretty expensive ones. So I'm just contouring my face. This is how you get like that nice jawline. So rather than going like on your neck, you want to get like where your shadows are. So I think that's a trick of contouring and highlighting. You want to get where your peaks and shadows are. So that's something I learned. I don't know where I learned that actually. I think I probably will learn it from just watching so many makeup channels back in the day, you know, before there were huge makeup gurus and whatnot. Where was I going? Yeah, wine. So I really love wine. But yeah, I've had some pretty expensive wine. I think the most expensive wine I had was probably when I went to the kitchen in Sacramento as part of a work holiday party, and that was delicious. It was very good. They paired all the meals with particular wines that would complement. And I think that's kind of like why I like the idea of that kind of drinking. I like the idea of drinking as a social thing, as a way to complement your foods, not just to get hammered or have fun. Although, again, this is totally an unpopular opinion. I just don't think people should utilize drinking as a coping mechanism. I know. And again, I'm not shaming people who do. I get why people do it. I personally, for me, I would not do it because I remember drinking like, you know, just casually. I'm using e.l.f.'s Putty highlighter casually one time, and my sleep was a wreck. I did not sleep well that night, or at least I knocked out, but my sleep cycle was off the charts. It was not good sleep quality. Just put it that way. So for me, I personally wouldn't do it. I have my own stress and coping mechanisms. And again, I'm not judging people who do. I always wish that they didn't have to resort to drinking as a coping mechanism, because there's just so many negative effects that come with drinking as a coping mechanism. But my heart just feels for them, is basically what I'm saying. I feel for them in the sense that, oh, I wish we could do better to make stress easier. Or I wish we could do something to say like, things shouldn't be as stressful as they should be. Does that make sense? I mean, nursing school has its own stress. Life has its own stress. But, you know, it kind of goes into, like, I'm using Fenty's highlighter. I love this stuff. I just think that goes, you know, diving deeper, that just goes into how messed up the society actually is. How working 5 days a week, 40 hours a week is considered normal. But if you look like other countries, that's not the case. They value good human life and good quality of life. And that's what I believe is super important too, is the incorporation of good quality of life. And let's be honest, the United States is not doing that. But yeah, so this is a very natural-ish look today. I'm kind of upset that this one isn't as curly as this one, but I really like it. It's very natural. Like I said, I go for the more natural looks, at least these days. And then a little setting spray. You know, but I like to put a lot. I'm using e.l.f.'s Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. Again, skincare makeup hybrid. I'm all for it. And go ahead and just fan this away. But yeah. I know, I don't know what the heck I ranted about. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of things. But one of these days I will put together a skincare makeup hybrid video. I love the things I like to use. So once that's set in, sometimes I like to go in again with I like the Physicians Formula SPF powder. I like to go in with that just a little bit. I usually do it I try to do it like after the spraying, because personally for me, I think it kind of the spray neutralizes the powder. And then when your face is a little bit more damp, you can really pack on the powder, but still have that nice dewy finish. So I really like that. But yeah, I'll put together something like that hopefully in the near future. I do have some creative art projects I have in mind that I want to do soon. But you know, school is definitely the main focus right now. Has been for a while, but we're almost there, almost done. I'll put a little lip product. I don't have any of my super duper favorites here right now because they're all over in a different corner. But I like to just, so this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. Again, everything I use will be listed. The one thing I like about this is that it does kind of stain your lips, so you do have a more long-lasting lip color throughout the day. And then I like to put on like lip gloss over it because I like that glowy, dewy, juicy lip look. This is the e.l.f.'s lip lacquer. And there you have it. That is pretty much the look. As I say, snatchful, which is a term that JLo's beauty makeup artist uses. And that is what we aim to be. We want to be snatchful. We don't want to be too glammed up. I'd like to think that my makeup looks or techniques and things incorporate both kind of the American style look and also some of the Korean makeup look. I don't think I could ever pull off the Korean makeup look because I don't think I have as gentle of a face as they do. My face is very harsh. It's also not skinny. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching me get ready. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go soon and run some quick errands. If my hair looks a mess, that's because I didn't blow dry last night and it was kind of damp, so now it's just kind of wrinkly schminkly. But I like it. I like the messy hair look. This is not a I just got out of bed look. It's just messy. But thank you all for watching this Get Ready with me and listening to me chit chat. Definitely I will hopefully do more things like this in the future when time allows. Again, these are all just for fun. I'm not doing it as a way to promote myself in any way. I just needed another creative outlet to do while I'm in school, because again, I'm not working right now, although I did get a presidential ambassador position with my school, which is pretty cool. Apparently they said it is paid. I haven't heard anything, but we'll see. But my idea is that I'm going to be working for the rest of my life anyway, so let's just take the time to do what you want. So again, thank you all for watching and listening to me rant about whatever the heck was on my mind. I do apologize for my dog because he is a little bit of a rascal, but whatever. Yeah. So thank you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Wear purple and manifest for BTS because they deserve the Grammy. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.